This is a Headgum original.
His name is Amir, and he wants a mic of gold, but Jake doesn't care. He can wait till he's gray and all the fans all want Jake to right this wrong. But what if Jake is right? And what has Amir done for the spotlight? He always deserves to get that 30. He always deserves to get that 30. Jake gets the mic and Amir should get the 30. Ooh. Oh yeah, get that. Amir should always get the 30. Oh yeah, get that. Amir should always get the 30.
Nice. Really cool. Really cool.
It was so mean. He was singing like thoughtfully and nice, but he was saying like repeating ad nauseum that I deserve
That
a
you should get the 30. Yeah, shit award. The award for shittiness in podcasting. We bequeath it on to you, bro. Nice. Me and the fans agree.
That was a parody, of course, of Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus.
Yes, great song.
If you could please plug my YouTube at David Adiemi.
Cool.
Good luck.
David Adiemi.
Yeah. Guess how do you think you spell Adiemi?
Adieme.
Close. Adeyemi.
Wow, that was not close.
Yeah. And his Instagram is David T Adiemi. So if you like that song, there's others on his YouTube and on his Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, great song.
Also, shout out to Drew. He's behind on episodes right now, so he'll probably hear this in a couple months. And if you ever open up a Chicago HQ, I'm in video production and would love to work for you.
There we go. That's awesome. Yeah,
you were in Chicago recently, weren't you?
I was. Indeed, I was.
Did you have the deep dish pizza? Hey.
That's not what people in Chicago sound like, man. It's like a bad New York Italian accent, but you did it for Chicago. That's a 30.
That was so fast. Minute 2.
Wow. Amazing. Epic. I think you've gotten it faster before. I went to Au Cheval in Chicago.
What's that?
It's like the best burger place, I think, in the world ever.
Interesting.
According to me. And some others might agree. It's definitely a top tier destination burger. And it was insane.
Are you familiar with this smash burger thing where it's like now burgers are smashed and flat and crispy and thin? Whereas like when we were growing up, it's like you want a fat, juicy red burger.
Yeah, there were places called Fat Burger.
Yeah.
Now there's places called Smash Burger.
That's right. Which do you prefer?
I mean, I think there's a time and a place for both. I like the kind of like small, crispy burger as well.
Like In-N-Out style.
Yeah. But I think if I had my druthers and I needed to make a choice, I like a big, fluffy burger.
And the one in Chicago?
That is a fluffy burger. You know, it's not like oversized. It's appropriately sized. It doesn't fall apart in your hand. The meat is very, very tender. The cheese is incredible. Toasted brioche bun. Yeah, toasted brioche bun.
In-house?
It goes with thick cut bacon, very thick cut bacon. And some people do a cracked egg on it, but I opted not to because I wanted to taste just the burger and the bacon, of course. But I felt like the egg would have been maybe on another trip if I go back. I think if I went back, I probably wouldn't do bacon. What?
You just said you loved the bacon. I want the
I
bacon
did, but I
come
want to
out
taste the
its thick
burger.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the bacon was really good. I mean, I'd like to go back.
Sides.
Yes, there were sides. There were sides.
Special
and I actually
or just
don't
no-
abbreviate. Like, we're not, it feels like we're not having a conversation anymore. It feels like now you're giving me the third degree. You're angrily asking about the sides. You
I'm
seem
wondering.
dubious of the buns. You seem upset that I said I wanted to try it without bacon. And I don't like your attitude. I don't like this line of questioning. Let's drop it.
Was it anything more special than fries, or is it like that's pretty much it?
The fries are what I got. I think there might have been onion rings or something. I don't recall. It really was about the burger. And now I'm begging you to move on.
I'm on the website of this place.
It closed in 2018.
They don't have burgers. This is a pasta joint. You're lying
You got
to
poke
us.
bowls.
You got Chipotle. Yeah, there's a picture of you on the tour.
Yeah, I went
You
to
did
I got a deep dish bowl of Chipotle.
You got the what's the fake meat one called? Sofritas.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And you didn't pay for the guac. Jesus, come on, man.
I made them comp the guac.
All right.
The guac.
What's new with you? Do we have to do another weekly Wordle deep dive? I feel like we've sort of exhausted everything about that game at this point.
Yeah, I think I've decided today that I'm going for a 2. I just want to get a 2. I'm going to keep on playing until I get a 2, and then I'm going to retire because it's not worth the stress that I feel.
It's not worth the stress.
I don't look forward to it anymore. I dread it a little bit.
Wow,
I dread it.
What a complete cycle we've had. I think a month ago I played it with you for the first time on this
Yeah.
podcast. You got into it.
Got so into it.
Fell out of love with it.
Yeah, on my family thread, my sister texted one time, "I can't wait till tomorrow."
And now you're begging the Wordle gods to get it in 2 so you can stop playing.
Yeah, give me a 2. I need to move on because it stresses me out. When you load up Wordle.com's Power Language UK or whatever, do you feel joy or do you feel apprehension?
I feel excitement that my first word is good enough to guide me towards a 2 or even a 3. I'd be happy with a 3. I've been on a string of 4s and 5s recently.
Yeah.
So I'm begging the Wordle gods for a 3 at this point.
Right. I've been getting way too many 4s. Way too many 4s. 3s, it used to be an average of like 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And then now it's shifted to 4s and 5 with an occasional 3. And it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore.
Especially if you do the first guess and it's just like gray, 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 yellow, gray. And it's like, okay, great. Now there's an R in it.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, my first guess, all gray. My second guess, all gray, except for one yellow R.
And I nailed it in 3.
It was so stressful. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to fucking get the Wordle today.
Well, there is a fear that you lose. And I think if you lose, you should also stop playing. If you lose, the game should eliminate you. Kind of like HQ.
I don't know if I could ever, like, if I was on my 6th guess and I wasn't sure, I might cheat. I couldn't handle
the
it.
X.
I couldn't. I still have never gotten a 6 except for when we played for my first time.
Wow.
So it's not on my public record.
That's pretty good. How many games is that? Like 20, 30 in a row that without getting a single 6? I like how we said, is there anything to talk about Wordle? I mean, we've talked about it all.
Yeah. It looks like I played 25 with 7 3s, 11 4s, and 7 5s.
Wow, 7, 11, 7.
Yeah.
That's a perfect 4 average. It's the first time in your life you had a 4.0 grade average.
Very
You
nice.
should tell your dad that. Hey, Dad, I finally got a 4.
That's not fun for me to say to him. Right?
I don't know. I thought it because you still...
No. No, he still thinks I'm a dumbass. So I'd rather not prove it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, you sent me some questions. We should say this as If I Were You, the only advice show on the web hosted by us. I'm Amir.
I'm Josh.
You sent me a bunch of questions, but now I see there's one in the unread called New Guy's Pubes, and I think we should just read this one sort of sight unseen.
That's fair. Yeah, let's do it.
New Guy's Pubes. We'll call this lady Zoe Deschanel because she's a new guy.
That's nice.
I'm a 26-year-old girl who recently started dating this guy, and things are going pretty well so far. The only issue is his pubes are a mess. This sounds like a Manscaped ad, but I assure you it's not. They're completely unattended to, and they're making it so the whole genital region isn't visually appealing at all. It's honestly to the point where I feel reluctant to go down on him, which sucks. Wink, because I love giving head. Wow. How do I suggest to him that he gives his bush a trim to clean things up down there without hurting his feelings? I feel like we'd been dating for a while. If we'd been dating for a while, this would be super easy. But since this is a new relationship, I don't know how to broach the subject. Thanks. Love, Zoe.
I feel like you stumbled upon the answer in the question. Right?
Which is wait until you've been dating a while?
No, which is no one is going to feel like have their feelings are hurt if after you say the hurtful thing, you say, I love giving head.
Oh, I see. So then like he'll hear that and he's like, I'll do anything you want.
Right.
I'll nair my entire body for that.
He becomes a zombie after that, is my guess.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to lose that sweet, magical sentence.
Right. Yeah. If you were like, cut off your ear, I love giving head, he'd be like, fine.
Yeah, Van Gogh did it. Why not I?
Yeah. I also think that I don't know. I feel like trimming pubes is more out of like laziness for guys than actually like a preference. I don't think that I'm like, oh man, no, I prefer to be natural. It just happens because I don't remember to trim my pubes all the time.
Right. Are you a trimmer or are you like a bear bicker?
God, no. The trimmer, loose trimmer.
Yeah.
I don't get very hairy though. Like I don't have any chest hair.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a video podcast. 1 second. Just whip out my dick. Subscribe to the video, everybody.
Your dick is such a little bean. And that is a lot of hair, by the way.
It only looks like a lot of hair because it's not a lot of dick.
I thought you were talking about your chest hair. Jesus, man.
No. Well, yeah, no, I don't have any chest hair, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Body hair really varies from guy to guy. I wonder if there's any ladies that's a non-starter to be either hairless or super hairy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have hair preferences. I don't. It's never affected me either way. I don't care.
I mean, some dudes that even have like hairy backs. Is that fine for some? That's got to be. I wouldn't like that, but then again, I don't like. I don't have a proclivity for men. Maybe if I did, I would prefer the hairiest man.
Yeah, I think there are people that do. There are people that like a hairy man. There are people that like a nary man.
This episode is brought to you by Nair.
There's a preference out there for everybody, but for this person, her preference is a trim, proper nether region, and this man does not have it. So I think voicing your preference is completely fair to do, and you don't, again, pure heart rule, no expectation that this person has to do it, but I do think you could have a reasonable level of hope that he will, because the caveat is that you'll go down on him more, which everybody likes oral sex.
What about
at least receiving it? What
about the sponsored answer of giving him that gift, giving him that Manscaped as like a anniversary / Valentine / birthday? Something's coming up.
Yeah. I just don't think you need to be that passive. And it might even be weirder in a brand new relationship to give someone a gift, no matter what it is. If the relationship is so new that you're worried about even talking to him, getting him a gift seems like more insane.
A gift specifically about shaving or any gift at all?
Truly any gift at all.
Really?
But specifically one that is like more a gift to you.
Yeah. All right. Something to think about.
Wait, you didn't tell me if you what you do to your pubes.
I like to do figure eights.
Mm.
So it's sort of like a landing strip of sorts that starts with my below belly button strip that
Yeah.
sort of coils in and around the balls
infinity
slash
sign.
taint. That's right.
Oh, interesting.
It
so
looks
it's like a
crop
it's an
circles
8
down
above
there.
your dick and an 8 below your dick in like your taint and ass area.
Yeah, that's why they call me 88.
Can the video viewers at home see your taint?
I'm worried that like YouTube will flag it because it's like pretty. It's pretty pornographic down there to see my entire nether region, including my taint, my anus, my belly button.
Why don't you just show us right now, and then John Grimm, who's editing this video together, can make the final call on whether or not to upload it.
He'll mosaic it, but like not that much. He'll make it so it's like slightly grainy.
Mosaic over my face.
That's a good bit. That's a good bit for a comedy about a Zoom or something like that we can write for the future. So
like
it's
that.
like, yeah, it takes place entirely over Zoom. So by the time it comes out, people are sort of fatigued / not interested in seeing it anymore.
Yeah.
I actually might do a Zoom birthday this year. So
So funny.
next January.
A Zoom birthday.
Yeah.
That'd be, God,
different rooms.
I hope it's a really funny bit next year. You're-
Not a necessary mandate.
Yeah, really could go either way. But like, goddamn, to send out a Zoom in like 5 years, I hope is something that everybody is like, oh, that's so funny.
You could send one now for August. Hey guys, just wanted to put this on your calendar. Save the Zoom date. I think we're gonna do like different rooms and like
Do
you get to
virtual
like
cocktail hour.
but dress up. So, just in case you wanted to like rent
Oh my
or
God.
find a nice suit now because it'll be hot in August in your house.
My God.
All right, let's take a break. Thanks from
Yeah.
sponsors. Come back and answer more questions. Actually, we have another question about a girl complaining about a guy's hair.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So we'll move up. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Huge news.
I mean, we
My
talk
God.
about grooming on the show. We could talk about grooming in the ad read as well.
That's right.
And today we're excited to announce that Manscaped has launched their Ultra Premium collection.
It's about time.
Yeah, it's an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe, literally.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Grooming, of course, is important, not just for you, but maybe for a loved one out there because it helps your confidence. And it's important to find a grooming routine, and Manscaped has that all covered.
Boom.
We all know how essential the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is for that precise trim below the waist, but their advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts to your most delicate areas.
Yeah, it's quite important.
What do you think they're referring to when they say most delicate areas?
I think your nutsack.
Yeah, I bet that's it too. Manscaped has premium deodorant, not for your balls, but for your stinky armpits too. And they have hydrating body spray. They have body wash, 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. They're expanding the game, basically.
Perfect. You'll love to see it.
Plus, you get a free gift, a 3-pack set of lip balm that's made up of ingredients such as vitamin E, peppermint, eucalyptus oil to keep those chapped lips feeling moist this winter.
There we go.
So what can you do to claim this stuff? You can get 20% off and free shipping with the code If I Were You at manscaped.com.
Boom.
That's 20% off plus free shipping. Just use that code If I Were You at manscaped.com.
Thank you.
You can get it all. So thank you, Manscaped. Thank you to Stamps.com for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Thank you, Stamps.
It's been a little hard trying to keep those e-commerce businesses running during the pandemic. Jake, you got a bunch of them.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Hustling. Always.
You don't necessarily want to worry about going to the post office and shipping stuff. So Stamps.com brings the power of the post office home to you.
Damn right.
And they get you incredible discounts on shipping, like up to 40% off USPS rates, up to 76% off UPS.
That's insane.
Yeah, they give you the tools and tracking tools that you need. They have automated delivery notification emails so you can avoid those dreaded "where's my package" and "what's my return status" messages.
Very good.
and they have a support team. So if anything is confusing, the Stamps.com award-winning US-based shipping support team is ready to help.
Amazing.
Plus, there's no risk. With our promo code IfIWereYou, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital shipping scale with no long-term commitments or contracts.
Hell yes.
You just got to go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in If I Were You.
Easy.
That's Stamps.com, promo code If I Were You, for easy e-commerce shipping for less.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stamps.
Thank you.
And we're back. Jake, do you have any?
Oh, so let's do the fight.
Mom, I'm coming. Gross.
Yeah, you know what? I do. I want to shout out some guy, okay?
Just any guy? All right,
well,
let's think.
No, it's not,
what
it's
about
not any guy.
Oh, yeah. But
Which guy were you going to shout out?
there's this dude that like works at this coffee shop, and he's always like pretty chatty with me. And
So you don't even
yesterday,
know his name to shout him out.
I think it's like Brian or some shit.
What's the coffee shop?
It's I don't want to say where it is because it's really close to my house, and I don't want people like paparazzi posting up. But
Yeah.
it's very exclusive.
It's an exclusive coffee shop. That's just say what neighborhood it's in.
It's on the east side.
All right, good. Very good. Is it
And
Dinosaur?
I'm not allowed to go back. No, but Dinosaur is a cool name for a coffee shop. Shout out Dinosaur Coffee. I never go there, so you can check that out.
It's a good spot. There's this guy. His name is, on Instagram, his name is Jacob MBP. Okay? Like man, boy, pig. Jacob MBP. So this is why I want to shout him out. He's doing a solo row across the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, has that ever been done?
Yes, and I'll tell you a brief story. This really resonated with me because when I was little, maybe when I was in high school, my dad like found this folk singer that he really liked, this dude from Massachusetts. And the song that my dad really loved was a song called The Ballad of Harbo and Samuelson, which is a folk song about the first two people to row across the Atlantic.
Right.
And I think there was a time actually that I was telling you about Harbo and Samuelson because I wanted to write a movie about them.
Right.
Anyway, it was like
a Jake and Amir on a raft type situation.
Yeah, exactly. Where I wanted us to play Harbo and Samuelson, but now we're too old to do it. But yeah, so the song is about these guys. I think it's like in 1900 or something. A publisher, maybe it's Hearst. Anyway, some rich guy is like, we'll give $10,000 to whoever the first people to row across the Atlantic are. And these two Norwegian guys living in Brooklyn, never ever rowed a boat before, decide that they're going to do it. And they did it. And then no one else did it for almost 100 years. And since then, I think
it seems hard because you have to row all day, every day for months and then have enough food on your boat.
Yeah. So it's several months long. I think in the song he says each day they would row 13 hours together, and each night they took turns getting 4 hours sleep. I don't know how the math works out, but it's something like that. They just row nonstop. One person goes to sleep while the other keeps rowing. Other guy wakes up, and then
pretty
they
much
take
torture.
over.
And then how do they? I wonder how they eat. Do you think they fish, or you think they like brought enough beans to keep them alive?
They bring provisions. Yeah,
but there's not. You can't get it anywhere like on the way either. You got to leave with all the food that you need.
That's right. Yeah, the story of Harbo and Samuelson, they actually capsized in the Atlantic at some point. Their food is lost, their water is lost. They think they're going to die, and then a ship passes by them.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
really meaningful, beautiful part of the song. Everyone should listen to The Ballad of Harbo and Samuelson by Jerry Bryant is his name.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, this is a big part of my life, this song. And I saw on Instagram some surfer that I follow from the UK shared this guy's story, and then I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. He's the fifth person to do it since Harbo and Samuelson are the first two. So I started following him, then we started DMing. He's a lovely guy.
Wait, the guy who's doing it right now, you're DMing with him?
he's not doing it now. He's raising money to do it in 2023, and he's
I
leaving
see.
from New York. And I told him I'd send him off. So I donated 50 quid to him. So everyone else should
him and
go.
he capsizes instantly.
I do not want his
bread.
death on my conscience. But everyone should go to his Instagram, which is Jacob MBP, and support him on this his crowdfunder if you can, because I do want to see him do it.
Does he say we should almost have him on the show, because I have so many questions about how do you even it seems like the amount of water you need to get from here to there in 3 months, however long it is, would weigh more than the boat.
Yeah, if you go to his Instagram or his website, he writes about the boat, but I believe it's a 20-foot wooden rowboat called a dory, and he's a truck driver who's never done a long distance row before.
Maybe you bring a boiler so you can just sort of drink seawater as you get it.
That's interesting. You should definitely ask him.
Yeah.
I'll ask him if he wants to come on the show. Just a brief little interview. There is a photo of him in the boat. It looks very legit. Like, this thing looks like it can't capsize. It looks like a weird little pill submarine. I mean, I'm sure you can definitely die. So I hope he doesn't.
Have you ever done a rowing machine? That thing gasses you in a few minutes. If you do some hardcore rowing, you're dead in 30 seconds.
Right. Sometimes I will use the rower at the gym to warm up. I'll go 5 minutes on the rower.
And it's a lot.
So I imagine this is going to be a little bit different than that.
Yeah, of course. He's taking a paddle boat from New York to England. Is that where it is?
Right.
Portugal? Where's he ending up?
Let's see. All right. Well, hold on.
I also wonder if you're steering. You're wait a minute, I'm going too north right now. I have to go. Let me make a right. Or is it just I can go straight forever?
I think there's he's one of the things he's raising the money for is satellite navigation and stuff on the boat, which Harbo and Samuelson, of course, didn't have. But
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could have a compass. At the very least, a protractor.
yeah. He should definitely have a protractor and,
It
and a
pierces the
boiler.
boat.
We should outfit the boat for him.
Because you're going to want an iPad. It's kind of boring. You can watch season 2 of Euphoria on there.
Euphoria.
Holler at Euphoria.
If there's a day that you don't feel like rowing, you could binge The Witcher.
All right, cool. Solid tip.
Yeah,
I might
check him out.
I might even follow myself, actually.
Good. Yeah, you should.
I'll ask him if I could send him out.
Throw him a follow. Let
He
him.
says I can ship him out.
Really? So he's.
Because he's it's sort of open to the most
I thought we had a
followers.
meaningful connection.
He said, I'll do it because you're verified with 130K. That's awesome.
Did you say you're going to give him 130K? Why is it so hard for you to type? Your tongue is. Oh my God.
Hold on a second.
Jesus, man.
I keep fucking doing the thing where I
Yeah,
I
it looks like
fucking
it's getting
fly-
shorter and shorter.
I'm down to a freaking stump, man. This sucks. I can't concentrate without biting off and into my freaking.
You've ruined your voice for podcasting.
It's fine. It's fine. It's actually really fine. I don't know why my pitch also changed when I lost my tongue.
Interesting.
Okay, here's that question that we were going to answer about the hair, the bad hair. We went from bad pubes to bad hair on a guy. Another lady, I believe. We'll call this lady Bad Tilda.
Okay.
Like Matilda, but bad.
I like that.
Here's the sitch. I recently started seeing this guy who I met at work. We've gone out a couple times and he seems to be going well. We have a lot of the same interests, good conversations, and I actually like his original guitar music. Here's the problem. He has really bad hair. It's longish and bunchy and generally unstyled. I think it's legitimately holding me back from being excited about him, as I don't have the usual butterflies despite all the attractive qualities. Should I talk to him about it? It seems way too harsh to tell him to cut his hair after only 2 dates. But doesn't he deserve to know that he could be ruining his chances with not only me, but the dating population at large? I'm 22, he's 24, and I do think he's a good-looking guy if the hair is out of the picture. Any insight would be appreciated. Thank you. Wow. Same problem. Maybe there's a business opportunity here. Ladies, hire us to tell your man to cut his hair.
Right. And they don't know who it came from. But
it's anonymous.
It'll come from,
That's
anonymously
really cool.
tell your significant other something that you're afraid to tell them through us.
Yeah, hello, this is service. You don't know me and I don't know you, but you have to cut your pubes and your hair.
It sounds basically like anyone, it's almost like a free service. We don't even have to do it. That you would just need some kind of like voice changer.
In a way, yes, but I guess it would be obvious who it's coming from too, because if this guy's only dating this one person.
I like this as a business idea. We should almost do it as a podcast segment. We call it the bearer of bad news.
Oh,
or
interesting.
the bearer of better news, because the better news is that you'll be dating someone or you'll get more dome after you do this, after you address this
not
issue.
Not necessarily in this one. This one is just like,
this one's a little trickier. And actually, I have the opposite advice. The first one I say, tell him about it. Tell him everything he pubes. And this one, I say, don't tell him about it.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Because it's too early?
Too early. It's too early. It's actually tacky.
I understand longish, and I get generally unstyled, but what do you think she means by bunchy?
Bunchy.
Like,
what could that, maybe like curls that aren't getting teased?
Yeah,
maybe
like
without
greasy almost, where it like sticks together in certain places.
Or maybe kind of like bedhead, where like you have just like a mound up on one end.
Yeah, but isn't that cool now? Like disheveled guy's hair is like, it seems like that's also cool.
I think you could inch your way along on this one. Like rather than suggesting a full overhaul, you're just like, oh, we should style your hair like this. Like, oh, like have you tried sweeping your hair back? You run your hands through his hair. It's like, oh, your hair looks so good like this. And it's just a little different. It's not get a haircut. It's just wear it this way. That's step one.
But it's hard to suggest that so early. Yet, and even almost at all, like when you grow your hair long, you've often said that Jill doesn't necessarily love it, but doesn't want to tell you that. And you guys have been together for longer than a month, I think.
Right. Yeah. But I think it almost gets, that's just not her nature. So there's an argument to be made that like, if this is your nature, if you do like to meddle in the appearance, maybe there is something to be said with getting it out of the way up front. Because if he doesn't like that, then you'll know this relationship is doomed.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to think about like who I know that has longish, bunchy, generally unstyled. I mean, it's almost us.
Yeah.
We almost have longish, bunchy, and I guess yours is more styled than mine.
Well, it's not styled at all.
Well, you like sort of,
I run my hand through it a lot, but that's kind of it.
Yeah. There's bad hair like decision, and then there's bad hair genetics. Like thinning hair that a guy is keeping for no reason is different than a lot of hair that's styled poorly.
Yeah. And one of those things is easier solved than the other.
Yeah. You can't grow hair, but you can sort of shape hair in a different way.
Yeah. But if your hair is I mean, there's an easy solution for both. I think the shaved head beard is a very solid look.
Yeah. This is a difficult situation. I found myself in something similar recently with my dad. He got a pretty ugly haircut last week, and I had to. That's impossible. I had to let him know. I had to tell him that.
Your dad is so sharp. He's so much more stylish than you are. He's better looking, better dressed, better educated. Does better financially.
It should be shorter,
and he's sharper. He's in better shape than you are. He looks stronger. He has more energy. He's actually peaking, and you're bottoming out.
Well, that's actually
your
funny.
Dad has it all.
When I said that to him, he punched me in my fucking. It was such a direct hit to my collarbone that it cracked.
Because your dad is doing jujitsu.
is. He's
a
doing a
black
lot.
belt.
Yes, he's doing a lot with his life. And I think he really resented the haircut thing. And he literally, my mom held my fucking arms back and he cracked my, what is this called?
So
Clavicle?
it didn't happen that fast, it sounds like. Your mom held you back?
Yeah, she held my hands behind my chair. Like in this weird, like,
God.
it was like
Why
a
did you
weird
say it
fucking
while
way.
you were sitting in a chair?
We were at lunch. We were out to lunch. And I said, I have something to say about your hair. And my
I
mom
really
got
miss-
up as if she was like giving us our space, but she
Then she
ducked behind my chair and, put
and
me
your
in.
dad sucker punched you.
Yeah. She called them Italian handcuffs. Have you ever heard that like phrase before?
No,
Doesn't
no,
make
not
sense.
at all. No way.
But like she was using one hand to hold my wrists together
That's
in a way
your
that
wrists
really
are really
freaking
thin and
They were
small.
thin wrists, yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
the bones of
weak.
them.
You're really weak. You're really, really weak. And you have bad hair. And your hair looks really bad. And you've got a bad haircut. So I think you're projecting onto your parents. Your mom was able to hold you behind a chair with a single hand. That's a low point. That's a bad place to be, Blumenfeld.
Oh man. But at least my hair's not bunchy.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Take a take the lawnmower to your dome. That's the only way to fix it.
I'm afraid of getting a haircut. Omicron style. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's take another break. Thanks some sponsors and come back with more questions on the other side of these messages.
Sick.
Thank you to Current for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Thank you, Current.
Current is the future of banking, basically.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
They have a mobile app and connected debit card that helps you get ahead by giving you faster access to paychecks, fewer fees, and more flexibilities.
Amazing.
Yes, they just launched their newest feature, which is that current members are now able to earn 4% annual percentage yield on savings pods, and that's 60 times the national average.
Wow. Amazing.
A disruptor, they're trying to compete with classic traditional banks so that any member who signs up for a current personal account can start earning APY daily by adding money to their savings pod and enabling that interest feature.
Cool.
You can transfer money 24/7 with no lockout periods, no fees or minimum balance requirements. And for a limited time, we've partnered, that's me and Jake, we've partnered with Current to give away cash.
Cash. I
Yeah.
love cash.
Current is giving away $200 to 10 podcast listeners in the month of February. So all you have to do is sign up for Current at current.com/were, W-E-R-E.
Were.
Yeah.
Got it.
So if you sign up at current.com/were before February 28th, you get a chance to win. That's current.com/were. You download the Current app, sign up in less than 2 minutes for a chance to win $200. No purchase is necessary to win. Purchase won't increase your chances of winning. Void where prohibited. Eligibility restrictions apply. Visit current.com/were for full terms and conditions.
All right.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Thank you, BetterHelp.
Jake, if there's something preventing you from achieving your goals, interfering with your happiness, betterhelp.com/ifIwereYou is there to help.
Thank you.
You can connect with a professional therapist in a safe and private online environment, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours.
Not bad at all.
Therapy is very helpful. Very helpful to talk to a professional, discuss your issues to help you work through them. It's kind of like a gym for your mind in a way.
I love that.
Yeah, you can use it before things get too hard to help prevent future crises.
Yeah, it's time to pump iron at your counselor's office virtually.
But, of course, BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. So if you're dealing with depression, stress, anxiety, trauma of any kind, you can do so through their app. And
All right.
if you want to start living a happier life today, as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/ifIwereYou.
Love it.
You can join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/
If I were you.
If I were you. That's right. Thank you, BetterHelp.
Thank you.
And we are back yet again. We got one final question to rule them all.
Great.
This one's from a Canadian who wants to go by a different name.
Yes.
So let's call this guy J.E. Skeets, who's our Canadian friend who goes by a different name than his birth name.
Love it.
He was able to do it. Let's see if we can help this guy out. Skeets writes, when I was in college, I had to find an internship at a place related to my industry as a film major. I had to apply to a bunch of places with a resume, and whenever I use my resume, I use my full name. I do this because it makes for a more even distribution of letters. When I went in for my first interview, I forgot to introduce myself as, I guess we could just say this guy's name. It's not that terrible. I forgot to introduce myself as Leo, so they just went with my full name, Leonard. I didn't think much of it because I didn't think I'd talk to these people for longer than 2 months. Years after I finished my internship, I ended up getting a job at this place, and I still don't have the courage to tell them my preferred name. And now I'm on the board of directors, and I've known these people for 10 years. I don't mind that they call me by my preferred name. I just wonder if I can pivot in this situation. I humbly accept the turdy alongside Amir for my decade of cowardice. Yours, Leo. P.S. Come to Ontario, Canada with the whole HG crew. You gotta see the picture I drew of Murph.
Oh, wow. I would love to see that.
And he looks real good.
Okay. Yeah, we're due back in Ontario.
Yeah.
It's so funny that 10 years and your coworkers have not shortened your name. They absolutely just think that you need to be called Leonard.
Leonard. Why don't you just say you thought of this name change now? Not that they've been wrong for 10 years. You can say like, I think I'm going to try Leo. How random is that?
I feel like, yeah, you just be like, oh, call me Leo. No explanation at all. It's like,
problem is,
how are you doing, Leonard? Oh, call me Leo. I'm fine. I'm fine. Call me Leo.
If you said that at a Headgum meeting, it's like, actually, I go by Jacob now. Everyone would be like, no, you don't.
No, well, actually, I don't think that's true. I think you would say I don't. Maybe Marty would. But I think everyone else at the company would actually respectfully start calling me Jacob. And
yeah, I would double down, sort of call you Jake more.
Start calling me Jakey. But I think Headgum used to be me, you, and Marty. And now there's like 20-ish other people that are normal professionals.
Oh, I see. And so they would actually listen to you and respect your wishes.
Yeah. I mean, half of the people I haven't met in person. So if I
they'd have to.
made an announcement, it would be so weird for them. They haven't known me for longer than a few months.
Yeah.
So it's not that weird.
Or it could be a Jeffrey Jeff situation where you're fine with both.
Right. I mean, Jeff started going by Rodney at one point. So this has happened. You and I changed our names all the time. I introduced myself today as Josh.
Yeah.
What's in a name?
You use Josh more than Jake at this point. You're trying to do this with Josh.
When I climb with my brother in Carnell, and for some reason, for such a I always, my nickname for my brother Micah is Michael, and and my nickname for Michael Carnell is Mikey. So it's just like, it's so confusing. I'm just like, go, you got it, Michael. And
they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Josh and Michael. That's what Jake and Micah are called.
Yeah. Jake and Micah become Josh and Michael. I think you could also just start signing your emails, Leo, because it is weird to have these conversations and to make an announcement. But I think you slowly but surely go start, sign best Leo. And then everyone's like, oh, does he go by Leo? Like, maybe he's going by Leo. I'll try it out.
Oh, interesting.
And then it's just going to happen over time.
A digital thing first. You go for email, maybe your Slack name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And like your business card. Basically, wherever you can just write your name without actually having to correct anyone or tell them that you go by something new. They'll just see Leo, and it's going to start happening. And now when any I don't know what kind of turnover you have at your company, but when anybody joins, you introduce yourself as Leo.
Is Leo always short for Leonard? I never thought of that.
Or Leonardo. I
mean, you can go Leo just straight. You don't have to name him Leonard and then have it be shortened.
Yeah, you can do anything you want. Anything you want.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'll go Leo, Lyo.
Lio.
Yeah, a Lio nerd. Or
That's cool.
Yeah. So that way it prevents this future situation, where my child is working in some sort of future office, and he actually will be a coward. He actually will be a coward for a decade, so that he actually doesn't speak up for himself, because that's the level of Poindexter I'm going to be raising.
Right. I could see you being kind of a bad dad.
Just because
you had like...
I was going to say Leo
Your
Blumenfeld.
mom held your wrists and your dad punched you in the neck this week.
Clavicle,
So I feel like that kind of like trickles down. For sure. For sure.
That's not like regular trauma, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to discuss before we get the hell out of here?
No, it's Tuesday. What's your week look like, man?
It's pretty relaxed, actually. Working from home mostly, trying to like get to the other side. I think the cases in LA are dwindling down to the point where in like a week or two, it's going to feel like summer all over again. Nobody's going to even be thinking about this shit anymore.
The cases in New York are back to where they were pre-Omicron.
Yeah. Does that mean no masks indoors, or you still got to mask up indoors?
No, everybody kind of still has the mentality that it's Omicron still. There's some kind of like delay with the information, or some like holdover apprehension from, the trauma of Omicron.
Yeah. And that's probably fine, to keep the numbers low. So ultimately that's good.
I wouldn't say good. I'd say fine.
In California, they're saying you don't need to wear a mask, and then LA's like, actually, here you still do.
Right. Yeah. It seems like nobody actually, like the governors in New Jersey and Connecticut are ending the mask mandate in school, but then being like, and now we'll let the cities decide, or like the school counties decide. It's like, so no one's fucking... There's not anybody that ever really has like power. They're sort of just giving other people like,
and ultimately it's my decision to do with what I want to do. Like,
right.
There's California who says you don't have to, LA that says you do, and then I have to make the decision. And I'm always going to just probably opt to wear a mask anyway.
Right. But you couldn't make the decision to not. That's not something you could do.
I guess I should say my decision is always to wear a mask, and that's going to happen whether the city requires it or not.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So it's nice that the city is forcing everyone else to do exactly what I want to do.
You love the mask.
Somebody stop me.
Nice.
From the mask.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, we should say as well. You can watch us on our YouTube channel, If I Were You. If I Were You show.
Damn right.
And more videos of us on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA.
Oh, yeah.
And you can email your questions and theme songs to iwereyoushow@gmail.com. That's everything.
That's all. A lot of stuff.
Appreciate you guys for sticking with us through thick and thin. This is our last episode, we should say.
Whoa, amazing.
It's been a wild, wild ride.
You're springing this on me as well. I did not realize.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have done the episode differently if I knew that it was the last one.
I thought I said that.
No, you hadn't mentioned it, but it makes sense. I just wish I had a little...
Somebody stop me.
Yeah.
And
I
somebody
did a lot
did.
of like taint stuff, and I feel like would have been...
Yeah, it should have been like a bigger hoopla.
Yeah. I would have done like a oral history or something like that. Yeah.
Should we end with themes? Oh, yeah. The Teenage Dirtbag for the last ep.
The last ep. That's insane.
Namaste.
What an amazing bit if we never did another episode.
Oh, if only we had the courage. Instead, we're like a fucking Leo. We'll keep going for 10 extra years. Too afraid to cancel ourselves.
The two Leonards.
All right. See you guys next week, everybody. Bye.
Peace.
His name is Amir, and he wants a mic of gold, but
That was a Headgum original.